Hello and welcome to Gardening at 58 North. In this video I'd like to show you the two plants that I consider Christmas plants. And that is of course my Christmas tree here and also my poinsettia on the left there. So I'll give you an update first on the Christmas tree. This is now the third Christmas that I've had this Christmas tree, so it's just over 2 years old. I bought it in a pot with plants, with roots, and I bought it from a local supermarket for just £25. Now when I first got it, it was actually only at this height down here, and I'll just show you a picture now of what that looked like. So as you can see, it's grown quite a lot since then. It's been in the same small pot, and because of that it has started to suffer, and unfortunately I think it's almost dead now, because the last few years it's been a really nice lush green colour, but you can see it's quite a yellowy green now. It's quite kind of dried out, so it's really not looking good. And the reason for that is I didn't have time this summer to keep on top of the watering, so it got very dry, and then I kind of overcompensated it by watering it a lot, and then it's been sitting waterlogged. So because of that, a lot of these leaves and needles from in here have been falling off, and everything's kind of looking a bit brown. So I don't think it will survive into next year, but we'll see. You can already see a lot of the needles starting to fall on the floor. Just every day there's quite a few. But I'll just have to wait and see. But I'm expecting to throw this out, unfortunately. But it's done well. It's a Nordman fir, which is the most popular one now in the UK for Christmas trees, because it's got quite a nice bushy habit, and it's always been quite a nice shape. This year it's kind of lost a bit of its shape. You can see it's a bit flattened off here. That's just because there's not space on my balcony anymore. So this was actually against the wall, and the far side was also against the wall because I've had it in a corner recently, so that's why the shape's gone a bit funny. But certainly around this side it's still keeping a good shape. So all in all, I'm quite happy. I'm happy enough to have 3 Christmases out of this Christmas tree. As I say, it only cost £25, and every year it's got bigger and bigger, which has been good because every year we've been buying more and more decorations, so it's been growing the tree as we've been getting more decorations. And hopefully next year I'll get another tree in a pot, because I quite like the idea of having them in a pot, because that way you can use it year after year, and also you don't get all the needles falling off, although this year with it dying they are falling off. So the other plant is the poinsettia over here, which unfortunately hasn't been doing too well. And I'll just put the light on so you can see that a bit better. So unfortunately, as I say, the poinsettia hasn't been doing too well this year. I'm not sure why. It was doing quite happily, looked really healthy for the whole summer, lovely dark green leaves. And then I think it's maybe because I've been away on holiday quite a lot recently in the last month, so it hasn't been getting a stable amount of watering. Also the room that it's been in has got a little bit too cold for it. It's probably gone down to about 10 degrees. And because of that, the leaves have gone quite yellowy, and also a lot of the lower leaves have fallen off. But the actual red bracts, which are the ones that you really want, they're a really lovely bright red colour at the moment. So I'm quite happy with how they look. And generally it doesn't look too bad. There's still quite a bit of nice colour on it. It's just a shame that it's gone a little bit unhealthy with some of the leaves curling up, going yellow and falling off. Otherwise, it's not too bad. I think this year I'll probably have to repot it. I haven't changed the compost, and this has been in the same compost now for 3 years, so it really needs changing. You can see there where I've cut it before. I cut it quite hard, about this level. And last year it was about 2 or 3 times the size of this, but it hadn't been cut for 2 years, which is why it was so big. So I cut it back hard last year, and I've cut it back again this year, but I'll refresh the compost and maybe give it a slightly larger pot as well to help it along. So that's the only 2 Christmas plants I have, to be honest. The other one I have is I have quite a few amaryllis, but I'll do a separate update video about them. And they're not really Christmassy, they're more winter flowering, because at the moment they're not doing anything, but hopefully they will soon. So there we are, that's my Christmas plants. Hopefully as I say, I'll have some nice new ones again next year. Poinsettia should survive, but unfortunately maybe not the Christmas tree.